What is going on, everybody? We're back on it. One Piece 568. Like I said, I think the entire climax of the Fishman arc is completed. We've showed up, we've helped liberate or fix whatever underlying issue is going on the island. That being the Horty, new Fishman pirate, uprising, racism towards humans. We kept the nuke falling from on the island. Everything is good. Everybody's been defeated. I think we'll have a handful of episodes left, kind of wrapping it up and then getting us ready for what's going next. I'm curious again, because like I said, does the Noah ship have a part to play in the rest of this grand One Piece story? Does Shirahoshi's ability to call Sea Kings or Sea Beast with her mind, does that have a part to play later in the story? Or once we leave this Fishman Island, it's just pretty much going to stay contained to that? Pretty much how we've left Alabasta and have never really done anything with that. I'm not saying Vivi couldn't show back up or have a part to play in the story, but she hasn't. So same thing here. I'm wondering if like that's just going to stay a Fishman thing and we'll go forward and maybe we'll catch up with them and randomly see them here and there, but they're not going to have any like major parts to play in the story to come. We'll see. That's pretty much where we're at. We'll see how it plays out. Everybody else is fine. Everything's defeated. Everyone's going to be alive, well, and healthy. And yeah, let's see what we get. The ship is designed to be pulled by the Sea Beast. That's what the chains are for, huh? So it's not made to be captain, it's made to be pulled. Queen comes in mermaid form. They've been waiting for her to tap into these abilities. And again, I asked the question last episode, is it just a greater hockey ability that's yet to be explained or shown? Or is it just something specifically like Fishman related, nothing to do with the power system or hockey? Neptune, man. Golly. Yeah, she has it. Luffy can't sit here. I was about to say, somebody better get him out of here. I was about to say, go get his ass. Yes. Yes. I'm very curious if Noah, if the ship has any secrets to let us know about, or if it's all going to be for naught. It looked like Luffy destroyed so much more of that ship than what they just showed right there. With who? Who was it? Of course. Naturally. Of course. It's the same Sea Kings too. Interesting. Okay, now you piqued my interest. Now the interest has been piqued. Now again, do they ever do anything with that storyline that they just showed? Who knows? Dang, Luffy didn't put a dent in that thing. The way it looked like he destroyed 50% of it. Why do they do Kami like that? He barely destroyed like half the upper deck. From them? Them who? Humans? And they're just gone. By the appointed time. They're making a big deal out of Noah and its purpose and the time, and it's happening again and XYZ. We better continue that storyline. Of course, it could be 500 episodes from now, but we better. I forgot about old Mud Boy's in here. He just absorbed it, right? It's just in him. Mm-hmm. I hope Neptune gets his shit together. Correct. Oh, shit. I mean, I get it, but also... Yeah, we just want to ask you some questions. We just want to ask some questions. Just want to ask some questions. I just got a couple questions. I just got a couple questions for you. Yeah, and can we tell old bitch lady over here, Arlong's sister or whoever she is, spreading false rumors? She's 90% of this. He's like, no, I never... Correct. Sun's coming through. It's gone. Okay, Frankie. I say biggest glow-ups after this arc. Brook. Nico Robin. Top 2. Well, let's make sure not to use that again unless we have to. I think it's because Sanji's has been so much longer, it doesn't hit the same as Brook when he does it. Like, and you know what Brook's gonna say too every time, and it's still funny. I was kind of hoping to see maybe the Sea Kings come down and maybe have a conversation with Neptune and what's to come and the princess's purpose, and Luffy, you'll have a part to play in this too, and then they fuck off. But they just dipped. Damn, I was really hoping to get a good conversation out of that. To get like a deeper purpose of like the Noah, our purpose, Neptune, what you must do, Princess, your part to play, Luffy, you're gonna be called upon at one point. It happened just like last, but yeah. Well, we tried to hold them before and we couldn't do it. So what makes you think we can do this now? I need to see them put behind bars before Luffy and the Straw Hats leave. Because I know as soon as we leave and they bust out of those chains, we're screwed. Actually screwed. She's got Luffy. He's bleeding a lot. A fishman is gonna have to make a decision to give their blood. One thing that like they don't do. Unless one of the Straw Hats can match with him, no? Yeah, there's actually a shitload of humans here. Between all the ones that were captured and like made to be fighting for Horde and the group, not one of y'all has a match. There's a good 100+ humans here. The size of her tears. I was about to say, there's gotta be somebody here. They're like, all of them are blood type F. They're like, no, I'm good. All those humans over there. Exactly. The kid said, Dad, your blood type's F. It's written on the wall at the house. As Luffy just saved. As all of them were like, yeah, I knew they weren't the ones that take the mermaids. I believed and trusted them the whole time. She said, mine's red. Yeah, the human pirates. All you guys. All those human pirates out there, not a single one of you. I find that hard to believe story-wise, but for the plot purposes, they've got to make it a fisherman, so you can see the fisherman and the humans coming together. It has to be a fisherman. It'd be too easy to make it a human. We got to really get this rift behind us. It has to be a fisherman. It'd be dope if it could have been Neptune or somebody. Jinbei, you got F? He stepped up to it. He's already against the law. All of you had F too. And they're over here crying when any of you could have stepped up. So I'm saying he makes the laws, does he not? Meant to keep them, yeah. The two of them, man, they've been going through a lot. Jinbei saved his life, what? More times than we can count? All the way back from Marineford, and now saving his life again. I think he's at least 3 that I can remember off the top of my head. Now there might be more that I just can't remember. With everybody watching too, that's such a big statement. This could have easily been like back at the palace or like on the bottom of the ship, but like everybody is seeing it. It's crazy. Like it really like makes it hit that much harder, like the effect of it all. All the fishermen are getting to see it. They knew it was something that they were never allowed to do. Humans saved them and saved the island. And all of it's coming together. I think this is a new OST. I don't think I've ever heard them play this in the first 500 something episodes. This piano. Whose voice is that? Oh, it's just the narrator, I think. I thought it was a character. I think it's just straight up the narrator. Having them cry blood. Yeah, this is a new OST. It might be a song, but they definitely have never done this piano version. The Whitebeard stuff, oh my god, it was so great. Pinky's in. I'm ready for the word to spread about this, about what Luffy did down at Fishman Island. I don't know if we've ever had the narrator jump in like that before. They need to end the episode with his voice, like with it. They don't need to dip back in. They need to end it. I don't need to hear Nami speak for some random reason. They need to keep the vibe where it is. Thought he was going to say something. He has saved this man's life multiple times. Damn. If not for Jinbei, Luffy would be dead many times over. Not just like, oh, he could have died like that. Like, no, he would be dead. It's crazy. It's wild too because like even though him, yeah, they finally like snuffed it all out. They got to start. They got to build it back up. Now, is everybody from the Fishman district up here? Like, are all fishmen currently present? They don't have anybody like in the Fishman District, like, hanging out that didn't come and join this, right? Like, everybody's up here. But it's wild to think that, like, I think Jinbei and Luffy have been through more than, like, him and the rest of the crew. From, like, what have we experienced? The crew. Of course, he has to. He will for sure. What else is Jinbei gonna do? He ain't got anything else going on. That shot of them was pretty great. With, like, the sun coming between. We can find it. Yeah, it's pretty great. But from just, like, of course, you know, Zoro and his backstory, going through it with Luffy and Nami and hers. But from a Luffy standpoint, I think there's not going to be anything that tops what he went through of losing his brother and then, like, the after effect of it. And the fact that Jinbei was there for that, I think that trumps anything else that he's been through with the rest of the crew and their kind of, like, in their moments when they had to come. Like, when we ran into Sanji, we had to help him with his issues. When we ran into Chopper, we had to help him with his, and down the line. I'd say Zoro is the only one that we kind of just found and came along the way. Now, we've seen flashbacks of it, and we've seen him fight Mihawk originally, and, you know, vow that, you know, he's never going to lose again and what his goal is. But we never had to, like, convince and pull Zoro out of a situation. You know, we freed him, and it was just kind of like, all right, we kind of rocked with each other from then on out. But I feel like what Jinbei and Luffy have experienced, for Luffy, I don't know if there's been bigger moments than those. Like I said, he's kept that man alive multiple times. And of course he's going to join the crew. And I would say, like, is it going to be an ambassador for, like, humans and fishmen? But it's not like Luffy sits on, like, the World Government Council or something like that. That's still a whole other worldly thing that has to be fixed between, you know, humans, the fishmen, humans. But at least we could say, from the fisherman side, they should be fully down. From the human side, I guess it depends who's in power and where their mindset is with it all, but it's a start. It is a start. So, but man, I would have loved if those Sea Kings would have showed up with the Noah, talked about it a little bit more, talked to Neptune directly, talked about the princess and her being essentially like their god and her part to play, and that there is going to need to be a human element to it. And Luffy, we believe that that's you, or something like that would have been prime, but wasn't bad. We got a little bit of it. Saw Roger Rayleigh for 2 seconds. We'll leave it there. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, subscribe, and as always,